Hey guys, it's Toby and we're going to be building a gaming PC for £350. Let's go. Okay, first of all we have the AMD A10 6800K. This is a quad-core processor clocked at 4.1 GHz. As well as this, it's also an APU. This stands for Accelerated Processing Unit. What this means is that along with the CPU, we also have an integrated GPU. The integrated GPU we have here is an A670D. Now this is what we're going to be playing all of our games off, and it's good enough to support most games at 720p, such as Battlefield 4, Skyrim, Metro Last Light, etc, etc. As well as this, if you plan on upgrading this system, you should really consider an AMD graphics card as this GPU can support Crossfire. Now, since we have an APU, we're going to need an FM2 motherboard. This brings us on to the ASRock FM2 A75 Pro 4 motherboard. Now, this is simply the best motherboard that you can get for the money. The amount of features you have for the price is insane. For example, you have 8 USB 3.0 ports you would hardly find out on any other motherboard in this price range. As well as this, you also have 5 SATA 3 ports, 7.1 surround sound, and many other features. You can add a new graphics card, you can add 2 even if you need to when you upgrade the system. But the main thing here is that it can support RAM, which is clocked at 2600 MHz. Now this brings us onto the RAM. We have 8 gigs of G.Skill DDR3 RAM, and it's clocked at 2133, which is allegedly the maximum the A10 can support, but you can also overclock that so it can be 2400 MHz, which this motherboard supports. The reason you need fast RAM is because the faster the RAM, the more frames you get, simple as. As well as this, if you're ever doing photo editing, video rendering, etc, any productivity things, then the speed of the RAM will also come into consideration, as that's also used by the system. Moving on to the hard drive, we have a 500 gig Seagate Barracuda. This would be enough for most games. If you ever need more, there's also 1TB options, 2TB options. If you need less, there's 320 gig or even 160 gig. Now, if you already have an internal hard drive from one of your previous builds or old computers, you can get an SSD. An SSD we have here is a 64 gig SanDisk. Now the good thing about this is that if you have your Windows or Linux on this, it will run incredibly fast whenever you start it up, and as well as this, if you have anything saved on it, it will open really quickly. This is optional, you don't have to get this, but if you do, it just makes everything a lot faster. Moving on to the power supply, we have a Corsair CX500. This is a 500 watt power supply, which will be more than enough for our build, and as well as this, if you plan on throwing in a new graphics card in the future, it'll be more than enough for that too. If you're planning on overclocking, you might need to look at say a 750 watt power supply, which will be linked below. Moving on to the case, we have NZXT Source 210. Now this is available in black or white, and simply put, it's a home for the build. It's a very cheap ATX case, but it gets the job done. There's a lot of space for cable management, and a lot of space in case you ever need to throw in a new graphics card. As well as this, it's ATX form factor, so it will support our motherboard and have a lot of airflow, and it's also got front panel USB 3.0. And yeah, that's it guys, thanks for listening. Leave us a like if you like this video, leave us some feedback in the comments, subscribe for more, and check out the links in the description, and we'll see you next time.